let them go. They keep stopping me from going where I'm supposed to go. I don't know, it's like every single time, bitch, you running through my mind. I be locked and loaded.
Happy Friday, everybody. Let's go to the office. Okay, everybody, here we are, Friday. It is 5:30. I got to get out of here because I've been here long enough for the Friday. So came into the office, got in a little bit before 8. On the drive-in, had a phone call with a regional manager with a competitor of mine out in the Carolinas, and he got referred to me just due to the energy and stuff that's online on LinkedIn. And so he wanted to just, number one, he just complimented me, and I appreciated his compliment of, you know, all the stuff that I'm doing. And so he wanted to know what's going really well. And so his roles, he manages a lot of people like me throughout his territory. So he just wanted to pick my brain on what's going well and where I'm putting a lot of the attention. And so at the end of the conversation, he sent me some of his he's going to send me some of his PDFs and some of his training that he's doing with his team, and then also what I sent him, basically my recruiting and marketing strategies that we're doing here locally. So it was very nice of him to be able to give that compliment. And so you never know who's watching on these social media platforms, and for me that just tickled me pink. I really enjoyed that. And so he's like, yeah, I'll just reach out to you and kind of just collaborate a little bit. And I said that's totally fine. I'd love to be able to do that, stay connected that way. And you know, I'm in Houston, and so he's in the Carolinas. There's no love lost there. There's no concern about him, you know, coming into the old hen house and stealing anything. So it was just great conversation. And then came in here, did a quick evaluation with the recruiter, looking at our 2 interns, and just, you know, with the internship, we wanted to be able to, number one, elicit from them some feedback. What did they like? What did they didn't like? So the good, the bad, and the ugly when it comes to the feedback that they're going to give us when it comes to the internship. And then at the same time, then we sat down with them individually, one-on-one, behind a closed door, and just gave them our feedback of what we felt that they were doing and not doing well, and gave them some candid feedback. And unfortunately, one of the interns just still showed up late. I don't know why someone does that on their last day, but just so you know, no matter how good of an employee you are, if you leave like a piece of garbage, we remember you like a piece of garbage. So for example, he could have been one of the greatest interns, but if his last day, he shows up late, he's not on, you know, he's, first off, if he texts and he says, hey, I'll be there at 9:30, and he doesn't show up until almost 10 o'clock, and then doesn't give any kind of explanation. And let's be honest, any excuse that he's going to give us, they're like buttholes. They all stink. And so it doesn't really matter. And unfortunately for him, this is just another example of his inconsistency. We've talked to him multiple times about getting here on time. And so it was disappointing. So as he leaves the internship, the sour taste in our mouth is literally his last day. We remember how he just didn't show up on time. That is his memory to us. And so I'd say the same thing for anybody that puts in their 2 weeks, their 1 month notice. If you leave like a piece of garbage, they're going to remember you like a piece of garbage, right? Despite the 5 years of great experience, right? So despite the 10 weeks of good things that he's done, unfortunately, his last day, just real poor performance, man. It becomes just really disappointing as we look upon his overall results. And so with one of the interns, we'd offer her a job. We'd love to have her be a part of our organization. The other guy, sorry, buddy, go pound sand. You're not going to do it here. You can go with one of our competitors and go show your lack of consistency, your lack of respect when it comes to punctuality, your inability to be coachable, and your lack of discipline. That's just basically what it comes down to. And then after that, those conversations, was able to have a nice interview, and then we were able to welcome Susan Nguyen, who is the author of this fun little book. One arm, but not unarmed. She had a tragic accident, and where a piece of the vehicle, the car, severed off her dominant right arm. So just about self-discovery, dealing with pain, just a very powerful story. And so she presented to us today at our book club. And here's Megan in the Crazy Asian Vlog. What's up? And then, so it was great to hear her and be here, part of the club. The lunch, this is the first one, book club that was sponsored by the local property management, where we have our business I think it's called like Wood Branch or something. Unfortunately, the sandwiches, they sucked balls. They just did. They were just garbage. Bread was dry. There was some weird melted cheese on the ham. I ended up just throwing the bread away and eating just straight tuna and tomato and lettuce. It was disappointing. And then after that, had another interview. Went phenomenally well. Got into a lot more detail about our process of the way that we do things here, and she's very excited. She's already referred over 2 people that she works with, coworkers, to be able to come and see about what's happening here and getting the energy. So definitely, Megan and I have a lot of momentum going right now. The list is getting longer and longer about who's in process and where things are headed. So we feel we're very excited about what's happening. At the same time, we just need a lot of people going through in order to get people on the back end through our system and process. And so that was a great interview. And then after that, Megan and I were working on something for the local University of Houston, creating what we'd like is a marketing evaluation from the local college. It's a project that they give to the students, and the students then present to us their findings. And ultimately, we want to move from this old traditional way of doing marketing, right? So think about like TV ads, newspaper ads, mailers, that old way of doing business, and how do we get relevance? How do we get presence, awareness, a full understanding of who we are in the marketplace today, with number one, not spending millions of dollars because we don't have that from a local budget perspective, so being very cognizant of the dollars. But then number 2 is, how do we do that locally here in Houston versus what you could do in grabbing everything out there under the sun. So that was just a fun little exercise that we put together to send over to the University of Houston for them to be able to give us some feedback and some strategies of what we could do from a marketing plan perspective. And to be honest with you, they should come up with some different suggestions and ideas that we have never thought of, we've never implemented, because that's how you get the results that you've never had. And so for us, we really have done an overall shift in brand in our company, in our organization, to be able to have a look at doing things going forward. So that is the day, and it is now 5:35. And it's time to head home. So hope you're all doing great. Shrooms out. All right, everybody, here we are heading home finally. It's about 5:45, 6 o'clock. And I just had a few things from a timing standpoint to get done for reports. Still got some stuff I got to do this weekend or tonight. Just get some stuff done from a reporting perspective. And for me, it's just a way of accountability to just deliver on the things that are in my area of responsibility. So hope you're all doing great. Sherm's out.
Meant to be true to you, a legend in the making, make the best of every moment, cause nothing lasts forever, but forever I'll be focused on the now, never, this my testimony. Yeah, that's my testimony. I'm about to take all of you out, nobody safe, you're playing it safe.